Alright, good morning everybody. Time to make another video. Probably only going to be one this week. It is Thursday, July 15th. Brought the cameras out because it's going to be a bit of a unique day. Smoke from the Canadian wildfires has engulfed the region, and it's going to be a hazy day, and I don't know how the cameras are going to pick it up, but right now the sky has a brownish yellow tint to it. Cameras may still show it as gray, I don't know, but it's just a ugly, poor air quality day today. So just the uniqueness of that, I figured I'd bring the cameras out. Got 3 down to Fogelsville. We'll try to show you what we can. Going to be a busy day, lots of trucks running, so don't know where and when I'm going to be able to talk to you, but we're going to try to do the best we can today. Alright, so making our way out to 309, and like I said, I don't know, the sky has this brownish, yellowish, orange tint to it, but I don't know what the camera's going to pick up and what color it's going to show. In the monitor, it looks just like it's a gray, overcast day, but in reality, it's actually probably not. It's just such a dense layer of smoke that it makes it look like it's an overcast day. It was supposed to be clear and sunny, so there's storms tomorrow, but today's supposed to be partly to mostly sunny, so this isn't overcast. This is just smoke that makes it look overcast. And then you got the haze that it looks like the camera's picking up. The visibility is almost like on a foggy day, but not a foggy day, so to speak. Just think Los Angeles pollution. That's what it looks like today. You know, the trees in the distance have a brownish, bluish hue to them. The mountain probably halfway visible. This is just an ugly air quality day. Right now, the air quality index is 180, which is unhealthy. So, but there's wildfires in Canada, up in Ontario, Western Ontario, and the upper air and the lower air flow is coming out of the northwest, so it's pushing it right into our area. So, hence the smoky, hazy day that we're going to have today. But almost out to 309. I know there's probably going to be at least one up there at the Red Barn. It's just going to be one of those days. We've been super busy and pretty much always waiting on trucks, and we're probably going to be waiting on at least one up there when we get there, because he left the yard about 15 minutes before me. I rinsed the truck off, washed the windshield because it was full of bugs. So I don't know if he's going to get ahead of us enough that maybe he's leaving when we get there. But even if he is, there might be somebody else waiting, because there's just a lot of trucks running there. And the other wells are taking a hit due to the drought conditions. I'll talk to you about that a little later on. We just got to try and make our way out of here. Let that one go. Now we can go. And we'll talk to you when we get up there to the barn, and we'll see how many, if any, trucks are in there. And all right, I see one that's staged off. Now let's see if we can even get in there. I don't like the way he's sitting. They don't want us sitting on the road here. We should get into the parking lot, which I would loop around and park on the other side of the barn until it's my turn to load, but it looks like I'm going to have to sit out here on the street. This is what I told you. It was going to be jammed up today because everybody's running out of here. Oh, what do we got? I can't swing in there. He is sitting in such a bad spot. I guess I got to put my 4-ways on. Oh, boy. One should be leaving here, and then he can pull in. You got to park where your trailer is close to that yellow post. If you can do that, then when somebody else comes in behind you, they can go around your left and park on the other side of the barn, and then wait until it's their turn. So when I come in here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my trailer real close to that yellow post so that somebody can get around me. But we're going to be here a little while waiting to load up. So there is old Sal. Oh, old Sal, yeah, Italian Sunshine. So there's Old Sol, there's the sun. Like I told you guys, it's actually clear out. If it wasn't for the smoke, it would be a beautiful blue sky day with sunshine. But the smoke is hiding it so well that I can actually look directly at the sun. So I'm here, 2 are loading right now, another one pulled up, so there's 4 total trucks here. I'm third in line, and I'm not gonna be able to talk to you much longer because the guy that just pulled up is gonna get out the truck. So we'll talk to you later. All right, well, we got there at about 8 o'clock, 8:15, and it is 9:15 and we're leaving. So it took an hour till we got loaded and rolling out of there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks there now. There were 5, and I left, so now it's down to 4, but pretty soon somebody else is gonna come back and keep adding to the rotation. So I don't know, it's gonna be a long day if we gotta sit up there waiting to load, and I don't know what the plant's like. Don't know if we're gonna have to wait down there or not. That'll just add fuel to the fire. Hopefully one end is running good. Usually don't have too much of a problem up here, but then we get down there and wait. But right now we're waiting at the well to load because the trucks are stacking up, and part of that is because some of the other wells, we haven't had a lot of rain. We're in a drought situation, and I'm going to try and show you the Jordan Creek down there on 100. It's nearly dry. Just a trickle of water running through there. It looks like a rock bed because we just haven't had the rain, and so the groundwater's dropping, and the wells aren't able to handle the volume that they can normally handle under normal conditions. So this is the only one that can keep up, and even then, when you start throwing a lot of trucks in there, it starts to slow down. So we'll see how today plays out, but it happens every summer to one extent or another, but this summer is really bad because we just aren't getting the rain. Alright, well, I didn't get to talk to you while I was running along the creek back there because I was on the phone with one of our other drivers, and but it's low, and hopefully I'll be able to show you on the next load down here because you really can't see it so much going northbound as you can going southbound. But there's hardly any water in it. It's barely flowing, and if we don't start getting a decent amount of rain, that one's gonna probably dry up. So it just hit and miss showers, and most of them miss. That's the problem. There are other areas that have gotten good storms, but this particular area right in here has not. Everything, like goes around the Lehigh Valley and the coal region, or at least Tamaqua. Pottsville got a good one the other day. A week and a half ago, 4th of July weekend, the Lehigh and Jim Thorpe area got a couple of good ones. They were damaging, actually, with wind, but really nothing in this area here. It's just bone dry. All right, so got the red light here at Industrial where we make our left. We're almost to the plant. Now we got the arrow. Mr. Audi here. Yeah, he's paying attention. He's getting going. So we're gonna see what it's like when we get in here. Don't know how many trucks are down here. The one that loaded 2 ahead of me, he was already going back up, so that tells me that it should hopefully be running good. We won't know until we actually get in here, but as you know, it can go either way. They can be a one-at-a-time deal, or we can all unload at the same time. It all depends on how many lines are running spring water in the plant. If they're running all spring water and all 4 lines are running, then we're able to unload right away. But if they're running some spring and some purified, then it takes a little while. So can't tell yet what we've got. Looks like there might be, there's only 2 trucks here, so there's 2 open pads. And I know I'm not going to take the one closest to the fence because that one is ovaled out from guys dropping it, and it doesn't want to hook up to the truck, and then you struggle to get it hooked up, and then you have an even harder time getting it unhooked. So now it is kind of jammed up down there. I would like to go down there and make the flip. But I think we're going to have to do what I don't like doing, and that is doing the flip right here. I'm not a fan of this, but like I said, I do it sometimes when it's all jammed up down there where the loading docks are. That lined us up right to the one I want to be in. Anyway, but what happens, I talked about ovaling out the hose ends, is these guys sometimes drop on the ground. They're only made out of aluminum, and so over time they get out of round, and you try to put an oval hose onto a round inlet, and it doesn't usually work out too well. So but anyway, we will see how this is going to go. And we are in. Alright, so the one guy left, guy in the green truck left. I would have rather been on that pump because I know that one's still round and it's easy to get on and off the truck, but we had to take the other one, so. But we're unloading. Lights were on, so it was get here and unload right away. So hopefully that holds for the rest of the day, and we move along pretty quick. Don't know if we're going to run into the same thing when we get back up to the well or not, but down here seems to be pretty good right now. Alright, so I've been trying to figure out what we're behind up here, and it's a little on the slow side, especially on the hills, and there's a hydro seeding company up there around Hazelton that has a few old Macs that I assume probably don't have a lot of horsepower. It could be them, but it could be something else. It's a specialty truck of some kind. Looks like a hydro seed truck, or like a tree spade, or I mean maybe a concrete pumper. But whatever, he doesn't have a lot of horsepower, so not moving too well. So we're gonna have to get to passing him here on the mountain if we can. I don't know what Mr. Gill here is gonna do. Yeah, he's gonna pass him too. At least I hope he's gonna pass him. If we're empty, we could run up this thing at probably the governor if we wanted to, but now this guy's probably gonna lose it. Let's see what he does. He's getting going. So we got liquids and totes on this one. CS Garber Drilling. Okay, so it's a drill rig. It's a drill rig, and they are pretty heavy. So heavy with not a lot of horsepower, because they probably aren't geared to run the highway. They are geared to drill. So he's not going to pull the mountain very well. And get past Gill here. I think not doing too bad, but he's still lost a little bit. Alright, up the mountain we go, heading up here to get load number 2. I'll let you know what it looks like and what we've got when we get in there, if it's crowded or if it's open. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, and me makes 5. And I'm getting the other one to move so I can get off the road here. I'm gonna park on the other side of the barn. He's gonna come back around and get back in line. I'll follow him. But they just don't like us parking on the road, so I want to get in here on the property. And but yep, they're gonna be here a while, just like we were on the first one. But yeah, I'm gonna come over here next to this flatbed, park out of the way until there's some room for me to stage where those other guys were. So we'll let you know how long we're here. At 10:51 right now. It's probably going to take another hour to get out of here. Thank goodness the plant is running well. All right, so I'm finally loading at 10 to 12. The well owner came here and he moved a couple trucks over to the other well, out to the well in the woods. That one's not doing too well either, but he moved some over there just to take some of the stress off this one. But the other guy left. We're loading now, and we got one more that's going to spin around here and park next to me and set up. So I won't be able to talk to you too long, but I'll tell you one thing, this smoke is getting worse. This is the first time all morning you could see it but couldn't smell it. Now you can smell it, so it's getting down here to ground level, and you can smell it. It smells like a giant campfire out here. But anyway, we're loading. We'll talk to you more on the way down there. All right, well, I don't remember what time I told you guys it was when we got here, but 12:30 p.m. and we are finally loaded and leaving. So took quite a while to get loaded here. Just the sheer volume of trucks. And then as you keep putting trucks in the wells, then they start to slow down. This one usually will load around 350 gallon a minute. And right now it is loading at about 175 a minute. So half its volume. So it takes longer to load each truck, as well as waiting for each truck to actually load. But we're finally out of there, and this guy didn't have his turn signal on. If I had a turn signal on, I would have let him turn ahead of me. But I thought he was going to go straight, and he did go straight. So I don't know why he stopped there, but anyway, maybe he lost. Who knows? Maybe not from the area and trying to figure something out and isn't sure where he's at. So, but we're making our way down the road here again, and you've seen the intersection a million times, so I'm not going to show it again. But you get out there on the 309 and head south. Deliver load number 2, but we are running way behind schedule just by sitting up there waiting at the well. All right, so we're coming around this curve here on 100 by Hoffman's Garage. This is where you'll be able to see the creek. You're going to have to look to the right, right about when I tell you to, and you'll see how dry it is. The boulders sticking up out of it. Right here. There's hardly any stream flow in there anymore. It just shows the total lack of rainfall that we've had, that it's that low. So we need a good multi-day soaker. Strong thunderstorms ain't really going to help us. We need a good all-day soaker, probably actually a 2 or 3 day soaker to start bringing the water table back up. But all they want this weekend is a chance for some thunderstorms, and at that they're going to be scattered, so not every place is going to get them. I don't know, there might be one more chance to see the creek down here right before we go up the KOA hill, but I don't know. You'd see it a lot better if it weren't for the leaves on the trees. Obviously, I showed it to you in the wintertime. You can see it pretty good, but right now, not so well. But right here, we cross it again. And there's really not much water in it, but it happens every summer anymore. We seem to really lack rainfall. This is like a multi-year drought. We just are below normal. I think they were saying we're about 6 inches below normal on the year, which is a lot for this area. They're going to start putting water restrictions on soon. That usually doesn't affect us for some reason, but you see how brown, look at how brown the hillsides are here coming up this hill. Just a total lack of rainfall this summer. I don't know what's going to break it. If you get a hurricane, the rains come down so fast they just all run off and flood, and that doesn't help any. You need, like I said, those all-day soakers where it takes 24 hours to get like an inch and a half of rain. But don't know if we'll see it or not. So now we're back to one at a time down here at the plant. When I got here, there were 4 on the pad and 1 ahead of me over there, and I parked over there, and now I'm finally on the pad, but I got 2 trucks ahead of me yet before I can start unloading. So I decided to come back here and sit in the truck. Number 1, to talk to you, and number 2, because despite the smoke and the fact that there isn't much in the way of sunshine, it's still humid. It's probably between 85 and 90, so it's still warm out. It's very humid and it smells, and so I decided to come back here, sit in the truck, try cool off a little bit until it's my turn, and then we'll get out and get the pump started and probably come back and sit in the truck again because it's just ungodly outside. And like I said, between the humidity, the heat, and the smell of the smoke, it's just not a nice day today. Alright, so after sitting here for an hour, we're finally unloading. So from time we got on site to time we're done and leaving, going to be an hour and a half. So we probably lost 4 hours already today, sitting twice up there at the well and now down here. And I'm starting to not feel good. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do the third one or not. I'm going to try, but I'm on the fence. I'll have to make a decision between now and where we turn to go up to the well. But right now I'm just not feeling that great. I don't know if it's the heat, the humidity, plus the smoke, but it's really starting to wear on me. Plus the delay times. I'm just really dragging right now. So we're gonna try and do that third one, but I'm not 100% sure yet. All right, it's 2:35 and we are rolling out of here. And I just talked to the guy that loaded behind me up there at Red Barn, and he kind of made up my mind for me. Let me pull this microphone out. He kind of made up my mind for me. He told me that he was loading at 100 to 120 per minute. Which was significantly down from the 170 per minute that I was loading at. So that well was crashing now too, and there's probably going to be another 2 or 3 trucks in there ahead of me when I get there. So I'll probably sit another hour plus there till I can load and get out of there. He loaded an 8 and it took him an hour to load up that 8. So if I have to wait behind a couple trucks, it's probably going to take 40 minutes, 45 minutes to load up the 6s, and then 40 some minutes for me. So probably till another hour and a half sitting there at the well till I get loaded. And now down here, we're one at a time. I was down here for an hour and a half till I got out of here. I got here at 1:05 and I'm leaving at 2:35. So I don't think I'm going to do that third load. I'll just fill out a missed load report mentioning all my delay times, plus the fact that I'm feeling a bit under the weather, and we're gonna call it a day. It's not productive at all, and it's just crazy. And he told me that he may not even come back because of how long it's gonna take to load and unload and everything else. And it's just, like, night shift is coming on anyway, and maybe if we take a couple of trucks out of that well, it might recover a little bit, and the rate might at least get back up into the 200s, and load speeds will increase some. But yeah, I don't have it in me to sit up there for an hour and a half and then come down here and sit again for an hour and a half. When you're not feeling good, if everything's going the way it's supposed to be going, and I can load and get out and come down here and unload and get out, then yeah, I can work through the days that I don't feel good. But all these delays and sitting around, and it just not good, and I'm not doing good. Alright. Come on, four-wheeler. Come on. Oh, yeah, he put his turn signal on. I don't like to trust him, but I saw him actually put it on, so I know he didn't forget it on. So that gave us an opportunity to get out. So, alright, well, we'll talk to you probably one more time going up the road up there through Nutropoli or by the Blue Mountain or whatever, and then doing only 2 loads today. I don't think I'm going to need to fuel this for her. I'll still put DEF in it, but I don't think she's going to need fuel. So we're going to wind our way out of here and head back up to the shop. Alright, so we're up here at the New Tripoli High School here. We got the light red for a second, but I can tell you what, the further north we're going, away from the Lehigh Valley, it seems like the smokier it's getting, and I'm actually starting to smell it. It's coming in the air conditioner vents. I don't have it on recirculate. I generally don't like to do that, but I may have to switch it over pretty soon, because I swear I'm starting to smell it coming in through the air conditioner. It's just that it's getting denser. Even the sun that's shining through it. I mentioned earlier, if that stays in the video, how it seemed like more sun was filtering through the smoke down there in the Lehigh Valley. But as we get north, closer to the Blue Mountain, it seems like this smoke is getting thicker, denser, and the smell is starting, like I said, to get inside the truck. I mean, I think that the camera is probably picking it up. You can see just how smoky it is. Barely see down here to the curve in the road, which is only about a half a mile away. So visibility is terrible. Air quality, of course, is terrible. I have an air quality website up on my phone. I just can't pull it up and look at it right now while I'm driving, but it's pretty nasty out today. It doesn't seem like as much sunlight is filtering through up here. I wonder if we get up the top of the mountain, if it's even going to be worse than it is down here. Because it seems like the higher we go in elevation, the more dense the smoke is. It's almost like driving in fog right now. Pretty thick. Yeah, I'm smelling it in the truck. I am definitely smelling it in the truck. I'm gonna kick it over to recirculate. Oh, it was on recirculate. I don't know, the button's not lighting up. I mean, the button itself is moving, but it's not lighting up. It might be on recirculate, but I am starting to smell the smoke in the truck. It's getting pretty bad. And that's the first time today that I've smelled it in the truck. Leave the camera on a little bit more here. I might turn it on one more time up there on top of the mountain. Just to see if it got any thicker. But you can't even see the Blue Mountain. I've shown you this area numerous times, and you can see how once we crest this hill up here, you can see the mountain out there ahead of us, and you can't even see the mountain. You can't even see the valley below down there where the miniature golf course is. It's just gone. It's just some thick smoke. Thickest I've ever seen. Alright, well, let's see what it's like up top. Well, it seemed like it might have been just a little bit worse on the other side of the mountain there, right by New Tripoli. I don't know if it's quite as thick down here. Now let's see, is this guy gonna go or no? He's not. I was afraid he was gonna make that left turn and I was gonna have to stop out there on the road. It's thick here, but it seemed like it was thicker over there on the other side of the mountain, and I don't know why that would be. The winds are out of the northwest. But I don't smell it so much in the truck now either, like I did over there. It was really starting to come in the truck, but now the air smells cleaner inside here. Anyway, the air conditioner is filtering out that smoky smell now, but it was getting through the filters and getting in the truck. It was pretty bad over there. So, but we're heading back to the yard. We'll talk to you a little more quick there after we put DEF in the truck and post-trip it, and then we're gonna head home. Alright, so we're back at the shop. We put DEF in it. We post-tripped it. I had the mechanic take a peek at one of the tires. There's like a little blemish on it. I wanted to make sure whether it was a blemish or if it was the start of a bubble that we were going to eventually have a blowout. He thinks it's a blemish. He said to run it and keep an eye on it and see if it starts expanding, and if it starts expanding, then it's some kind of defect, and then we'll have to change the tire. But it might just be a blemish. It's right on the shoulder, right where the cap and the casing meet up, so it just could be an extra glob of goop that they put on there when they vulcanize, and it's stuck underneath there, or whatever the case may be. So we'll just keep an eye on it, but he didn't think it was anything major to warrant changing the tire just yet. So we'll keep an eye on that. But anyway, we're done. We're gonna head home. I don't know when I'm gonna upload these to the computer or get it on the web for you, but we'll do the best we can, maybe sometime this weekend.